Of man's first disobedience, and the fruit of that forbidden tree whose mortal taste brought death into the world.
Satan tempts Jesus.
And all our woe, with loss of Eden, till one greater man restore us and regain the blissful seat.
This world and all of its power I will give thee.
And chiefly thou, O Spirit, that dost prefer before all temples the upright heart and pure,
if you worship me,
instruct me, for thou knowest, thou from the first wast present, and with mighty wings outspread, dove-like satst brooding on the vast abyss, and madest it pregnant. What in me is dark, illumine, what is low, raise and support, that to the height of this great argument I may assert eternal providence, and justify the ways of God to men.
All Jesus has to do is just fall down on one knee. But Jesus says, Satan, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and in him only shalt thou serve. You got to worship God or Satan.
Say first, for heaven hides nothing from thy view, nor the deep tract of hell. Say first what cause moved our grandparents in that happy state, favored of heaven so highly, to fall off from their Creator and transgress his will, for one restraint, lords of the world besides. Who first seduced them to that foul revolt? The infernal serpent. He it was whose guile, stirred up with envy and revenge, deceived the mother of mankind, what time his pride had cast him out from heaven with all his host of rebel angels, by whose aid aspiring to set himself in glory above his peers, he trusted to have equalled the Most High, if he opposed, and with ambitious aim against the throne and monarchy of God, raised impious war in heaven and battle proud. At once, as far as angels ken, he views the dismal situation waste and wild, a dungeon horrible, on all sides round as one great furnace flamed. Yet from those flames no light, but rather darkness visible, served only to discover sights of woe, regions of sorrow, doleful shades where peace and rest can never dwell, hope never comes that comes to all. But torture without end still urges, and a fiery deluge fed with ever-burning sulphur unconsumed. Such place eternal justice had prepared for those rebellious, here their prison ordained in utter darkness, and their portion set as far removed from God and light of heaven as from the centre thrice to the utmost pole. For so I formed them free, and free they must remain, till they enthrall themselves. I else must change their nature, and revoke the high decree, unchangeable, eternal, which ordained their freedom. They themselves ordained their fall. The first sought by their own suggestion fell, self-tempted, self-depraved. Man falls deceived by the other first. Man therefore shall find grace, the other none. In mercy and justice both through heaven and earth, so shall my glory excel, but mercy first and last shall brightest shine. Thrones and imperial powers, offspring of heaven, ethereal virtues, all these titles now must we renounce, and changing style be called princes of hell. For so the popular vote inclines, here to continue, and build up here a growing empire. Doubtless, while we dream, and know not that the King of Heaven hath doomed this place our dungeon, not our safe retreat beyond his potent arm, to live exempt from heaven's high jurisdiction, in new league banded against his throne, but to remain in strictest bondage, though thus far removed, under the inevitable curb, reserved his captive multitude. For he, be sure, in height or depth, still first and last will reign, sole king, and of his kingdom lose no part by our revolt, but over hell extend his empire, and with iron scepter rule us here, as with his golden those in heaven.
Sometimes I think I was born backwards. No, come out with mum the wrong way.
As one who in his journey baits at noon, though bent on speed, so here the archangel paused to between the world destroyed and world restored, if Adam aught perhaps might interpose. Then, with transition sweet, new speech resumed.
I hear words go past me.
Thus thou hast seen one world begin and end, and man as from a second stock proceed. Much thou hast yet to see, but I perceive thy mortal sight to fail. Objects divine must needs impair and weary human sense.
People I should love.
Henceforth what is to come I will relate.
I hate.
Thou therefore give due audience and attend this second source of men, while yet but few, and while the dread of judgment past remains fresh in their minds, fearing the deity, with some regard to what is just and right, shall lead their lives and multiply apace, laboring the soil and reaping plenteous crop, corn, wine, and oil, and from the herd or flock oft sacrificing bullock, lamb, or kid, with large wine offerings poured and sacred feast, shall spend their days in joy unblamed, and dwell long time in peace by families and tribes, under paternal rule. So spake our mother Eve, and Adam heard, well pleased, but answered not. For now too nigh the archangel stood, and from the other hill to their fixed station, all in bright array, the cherubim descended. On the ground, gliding meteorous, as evening mist risen from a river o'er the marish glides, and gathers ground fast at the labourer's heel, homeward returned. High in front advanced, the brandished sword of God before them blazed, fierce as a comet, which with torrid heat and vapour as the Libyan air a dust began to parch that temperate clime. Whereat, in either hand the hastening angel caught our lingering parents, and to the eastern gate led them direct, and down the cliff as fast to the subjective plain, then disappeared. They looking back, all the eastern side beheld a paradise, so late their happy seat, waved over by that flaming brand, the gates with dreadful faces thronged and fiery arms. Some natural tears they dropped, but wiped them soon. The world was all before them, of where to choose their place of rest, and Providence their guide. They hand in hand with wandering steps and slow, through Eden took their solitary way.
The question is, do I have a God?
Satan tempts Jesus. This world and all of its power I will give thee if you worship me.
So I ask you, when someone goes into that chapel and they fall on their knees and they pray to God, who do you think they're praying to? Now, you go ahead and read your Bible, but if you're looking for God, he was in operating room number 2 on November 17th, and he doesn't like to be second-guessed.
Now all Jesus has to do is just fall down on one knee. But Jesus says, Satan, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and in him only shalt thou serve.
Sometimes I think I was born backwards. You know, come out my mum the wrong way. I hear words go past me backwards. The people I should love, I hate. And the people I hate.
You got to worship God or Satan. Ain't that always the choice?
They looking back, all the eastern side beheld a paradise, so late their happy seat, waved over by that flaming brand, the gate with dreadful faces thronged and fiery arms. Some natural tears they dropped, but wiped them soon. The world was all before them, of where to choose their place of rest, and Providence their guide. They hand in hand with wandering steps and slow, through Eden took their solitary way.
complex? Let me tell you something. I am God. And this sideshow is over.